Alright, hello. I'm sorry for the terrible lighting. We'll try to shift a little bit. I made it way worse. I'm in my car right now. Yeah, I just wanted to film a quick video. It probably won't be that quick. I've been working on a lot of videos lately, and I had a few I was going to post, and then there was one that's been doing pretty good on the poll that I posted, about which videos I should post in what order. And it's a video I've really wanted to post myself. It's about just older women and mature women, I should say, and what makes them not only beautiful, but just why in my head, the video is not only what makes them beautiful, but what makes them deserve to feel that beauty, to feel respected, and to feel equal to, if not better than, but to feel as confident as, if not more confident than, people who are young or people who haven't had the life experience that they've had. And I've had a few situations just in my life, whether it's friends or people I've been in relationships with, whether it's friendships or sexual relationships or whatever it may be, that it just baffles me that these people think that their worth is less because they've been on this earth longer than the next person, or longer than myself, or whoever it may be that they're comparing themselves to, or even if that they're comparing themselves to their younger self. And one of the biggest things for me is we live in a society now, especially, where we really emphasize the beauty in our differences, whether it's being body positive, or embracing our stretch marks from having children, or weight loss, or weight gain, or whatever it may be, or our scars from my surgeries or my sexual assault. I've been told so many times that they don't make me ugly, they make me beautiful. And I find it so sad that the same people telling me that look at something like a laugh line or a frown line or something like their stretch marks and think that they are unattractive, when they look at somebody who's lived a lot less life and has a lot less reason to have scars and marks and things along those lines, and they think that they're beautiful, or that they're a sign of strength or beauty on them, yet not on themselves. And I find it to be so sad, because they're just as beautiful, if not more beautiful, on people who have been through so much more and seen so many things and experienced so much beauty in life. And I specifically, I don't know, I think that women are beautiful. I love women, and I think that they're gorgeous, and I think that women who are 18 are gorgeous, and I think that women who are in their 80s are beautiful. I wish that I could show a lot of these women who aren't confident what I see when I look at them, just because I think that it would, not that it would change how they feel, but maybe it would make a little bit of a difference if they could see that it's true, that somebody does think they're beautiful, and somebody doesn't look at them and see the imperfections that they see. They see their smile and they think it's beautiful, and they see their skin and they love it and they think it's gorgeous. They don't see, the flaws that the person themselves and their own skin sees. Just like, I look at myself, and I, even looking into, the camera here, like, I'm judging myself and I don't like what I see. And I'm sure there's a lot of people who don't like what they see when they look at me. I'm sure there's some people who do. But I'm sure the people who do would think the same that I think when looking at these people. Like, God, I wish they could see themselves through my eyes and see what I see. And I just wish that women didn't feel like their beauty was something that changes at a certain age, because it doesn't. It doesn't have a number where all of a sudden, oh, well, a stretch mark was a sign of strength and motherhood when you were, 25 and 30, but now you're 35 or 45 or 55 or 65 or whatever it may be. So now it's just a scar or it's sagging skin, so now it's not pretty. It's like, no, that's what it always was. And if it was pretty at 25, it's pretty now. And it's even prettier because you wore that scar for that long and embraced it that long and been beautiful that long. It's even prettier because it's a part of you. And you wore that as a part of you, as a battle scar through your life. Like, it's been part of your victory. I don't know. It frustrates me so much because it frustrates me because it's so easy to say these things and you can make somebody feel beautiful in a moment, and it's so easy for society to take that away. Especially, I see so many couples, like, especially, and this sounds judgmental, but there's so many straight couples where I'll see the gentleman look at somebody younger or somebody whatever, and compare their wife to them. And it's like, well, they're doing it as a tactic. And of course, because people are insecure, everybody's insecure in their own way about their appearance. Some more than others, of course. Some people are pretty confident, others are very insecure. But your husband's going to know, or your wife, I'm just using straight couples for this, but your husband's going to know your insecurities because he sees you look in the mirror and he hears you say the things that you wish you still had or the way you wish you looked. So he's going to, when he's upset with you or when he feels something isn't the way it should be, he's going to use those insecurities to hurt you and play them up. But you're going to take it to heart. He's going to look at a younger girl who doesn't have a laugh line or who he knows you won't think has it. And he's going to use that to hurt you, especially if the relationship's not going great or if he's upset about something else. And it sucks because those are the things you take to heart. It's like, wow, those personal insecurities, he's just doing it to hurt you, but you're taking that to heart. And I've been in situations where, I've been with, been asked to be brought into situations like with open marriages or couples, and I'm very open that I'm in those situations. I'm there for the female. Like, I'm there for your wife. I'm not there for you because that's hurtful. If you're going to bring in a female and you're especially a couple that's 55 and up, let's say, like, I'm there for your wife, and it should be enough to watch in that situation. And most of the time the wives are like, well, I was doing this to please my husband, and they're shocked. Like, I didn't expect you to be the person to care about my needs. Not that I'm the most amazing and caring person ever, and not that I think I'm great or special or that I'm wonderful to women and they should all be happy to be with me, because I'm not. And I definitely haven't treated a lot of women the way I should have, especially when I was younger. And I'm sure now too. But it's like, in those situations, it's like, I know that they're probably trying to bring back a spark into the relationship. And just by me being there, it's like, it should be enough of a spark to watch your wife with somebody. Like, you shouldn't have to touch me or be there with me. And honestly, I like very few men, but especially after everything that happened, to me it takes a connection with a certain very few men that I trust. Like, a certain guy from my past who's someone I trust, and that's about it in my life right now for men. I'd have to really get to know somebody. Otherwise, it's women. So for me, it's like, no, you're not going to do something with me. I'm going to be there for your wife. And that should be enough. And they should feel like the world's about them, because it is. Like, you should want to watch your wife be happy. If she's the spotlight. I wouldn't be here if I didn't think she was beautiful. And I just think that, like, shocks them. They're like, you're not here for him? It's like, no, I told you that. I told you I'm here for you. And it's so baffling that they just, and half the time they're so beautiful. They are always beautiful. If I, like, not to sound that way, but if it's that situation, you're going to be in that situation, especially me, I'm going there for them only. It's to be a physical and appealing situation with the woman. Like, I'm obviously attracted to her. It's like, obviously you're a beautiful woman to me. Most of the time they're about 60 years old, 65 years old. Like, you're beautiful to me. I mean, come on. To me, it's just shocking. Like, why wouldn't I think that? Why wouldn't I want to make you feel good and make this about you? It is about you. And if anybody thinks it shouldn't be, then, this whole situation shouldn't be happening. It's just so backwards the way the world is. It really bothers me. I really wish I could give so many people the power to read my mind and just see what they really look like, or how they really are, how smart they are, how beautiful they are, how talented, like, how they don't have to try so hard to make somebody happy who really is being very selfish. And that's the hardest thing to see, because there's so many men out there who give up a lot too. There are so many good men who try and work hard and have really not great people at home too. But lately I've seen a lot of really, really good women who really just don't see any worth in themselves, from appearance to their beautiful, intelligent minds. And it's like, you're worth the world, and you're giving up all of your happiness and all of your self-worth for somebody who isn't caring about your happiness. And the one thing I will say is, it's so good to see that even if it's a moment, even if it's a night, even if it's an hour, it's good to at least see that they know they can be cared about. I know that sounds stupid or corny, but it's like, well, as much as it is corny to say, it's like, at least you know that in that moment, it is about you. Like, it should be. I don't know. It should be about you being comfortable in yourself. And if all that happens is you sit and talk and look at old pictures, that's awesome. Like, the other thing that there's so many memories that are lost because nobody wants to listen. Like, yes, of course, there's always history books, there's always things we can study and look up and Google and whatever. But the people who live it are the true people who saw what happened and who went through that. And once that's gone, it's gone. And I want to hear that from those people. Like, that's amazing to me. I think that's the coolest thing in the world. Like, I wouldn't want to hear those stories. Like, whether it's from a kid who went through something that I haven't, or whether it's from somebody in their, somebody who's 110 years old. Like, that's amazing. First-hand accounts of things that we haven't been through. that's amazing. And those are things that you can't learn somewhere else. So you know what? You can always learn something from somebody. And to take the time to sit down and listen and get to know somebody and have a real conversation like that, it's so worth it. I'm sorry if I get breathy. It's freezing out here and I don't want my car running because it's going to be way too loud. But I guess this video I could make a lot deeper than it is. And if you'd like a part 2, please let me know. I'm getting really cold, so since it's literally like 3 degrees outside right now, I'm going to, and I'm being literal, it's freezing in Wisconsin. But yeah, I'm going to try to get in the house and warm up. But I just wish that, I know it's everybody, it's body positivity and it's all lives matter and Black lives matter and everybody should matter, but we need to start really caring about our elderly people who are, and to me, elderly people are people who are 90, 100 years old. I don't think that people in their 70s, people in their 60s, I don't think they're elderly. I think that they're more mature. But to me, they still have so much life left to live. But I think we need to start caring about what people think. I think everybody needs to start caring so much more about just good people. It doesn't matter what color we are. It doesn't matter if we're tattooed or if we're not, or if we're old or if we're young or anything. It doesn't matter our political views. It doesn't matter. Yes, I have my opinions. I think that I'm obviously not a straight person, so anything that would go against my rights to be free and look the way I do and try to live my life freely, I'm going to politically swing that way. But I'm not going to hate somebody for disagreeing with me, as long as they don't hate me for disagreeing with them. I think we should all try to be more fair and to, of course, hold people accountable for the bad they do. Hold people accountable for treating others horribly, for being racist, for being sexist, for treating and manipulating their wives and their husbands, for being awful people who have let this world be unjust for way too long. And especially, the racial injustice that has went on, it's disgusting. The discrimination, the sexism, it's gone for too long. But I just really hate that there's a good generation of people that are getting left out. Not necessarily the elderly people, not necessarily the young people, but that middle ground of really good people that make a difference, that I feel like if they were listened to a little more, and if they realized that we're good people who really do care, who see them and listen and hear their thoughts, that maybe they really would start to listen to us a little bit more too. Because every one of us bleeds the same. And that's why it's so wrong to judge the way people do and to write people off on something so silly like the color of someone's skin or what's in their pants. It doesn't matter. It's just so wrong. Thank you guys for listening to this. I know it's long-winded and silly. I have filmed a really, really serious video about my PTSD and how depressed I've been lately, and how my kids and my work have been that push that's really saved me through it. And I felt like before I posted that, before I focused on myself, I needed to focus on somebody else, because this is so much more important than me. Because I've already got people that care, and these people don't. and I don't matter in the grand scheme of this. But if I can at least have somebody listen and help somebody else, that's what I want to do. So I hope this reaches somebody, and that somebody, even if it's not a relationship, it's just somebody check in on your aunt, your mom, your dad, anybody. Somebody that you see when you have to go out, or if you're sick, if you're at the hospital, check in on your nurse. Anything. Because people matter. We all matter. And somebody could be having a really rough day, and just saying, hey, you okay, can really, really make a difference. Because sometimes we really don't feel like there's anyone out there. And just those few words, that little moment, that makes the world a difference. I really love you guys, and I did want to say, even though, like, I'm sure it sounds silly in a sense, but I noticed that I went to 7,000 subscribers, and I know that in the scheme of it, that's comparatively not much, but I notice every one of you, and that brought me to tears, which takes a lot, especially with what I'm going through. I mean, thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. It meant everything to see that. I don't want to cry right now at all, but it meant everything to see that, because lately it's been really hard, and you guys really get me through. Even if I don't post as much as I should, you guys have helped me through the worst moment of my life, and it's still not over. And whether I have to testify or it takes way too good of a deal, I will still be talking to you guys and keeping you updated. But thank you all for being here and growing an awesome community. I really appreciate you all, and I love each one of you. I know that sounds cheesy, but it's true. Thank you. You guys are the best. Remember to tell somebody you love them, and be strong.